And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do, build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week.
He'll take a deep shot here. Intercepted. Got room on the return. The 40. And a big return after the... It came down to the final quarter, clutch plays, guys delivered, and they... Welcome to Ann Arbor and the Big House, home to one of the most storied programs in college football, and the first one to win 1,000 games, the Michigan Wolverines. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Northwestern Wildcats, taking on the second-ranked team in the land, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Wolverines will get us underway with the opening kickoff. He'll start the return inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. So Northwestern's return team will have that offense backed up. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling. The temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, David, we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
Makes his connection. Almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. They'll try to run for it. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on third down. Northwestern will have to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. He gets his first one of the day out of there, and they used him 3 times in that loss last week. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he's stopped. So the Michigan Wolverines offense will get the ball for the first time. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football.
Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. Nifty little dance step. They have had to wear that beat down since the last time these two met, Jesse.
And they've been talking about it for a long time. They were absolutely embarrassed. The players, the coaches, the fans. You know, David, coming into this game this time, they want to put out a much better performance.
Oh, there's nothing worse. The coaches are riding you all week leading up into this game, reminding you, showing the clips in the locker room. You know you failed. You want to come out and get a great start in this football game early.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. The incompletion brings us to 2nd and 10. Dropping back, it's Warren. He's going for the big play. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot. Throws toward the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Wolverines! On to attempt the try. And the PAT makes it 7-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finished things off with a scoring toss from the 33. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Wildcats have it back from Northwestern offense, headed out. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this one.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking for a big play. He'll fire back across his body, and it's intercepted. Looking for more room. He goes out of bounds, but he just about did it himself. What a return after the interception. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
Deep shot for the end zone. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down. The Wolverines are in the hurry up. The give out of the gun. Finds a crease at the 20. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Michigan! And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside the 10, here he comes. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Northwestern offense returns to the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
He'll come out throwing on first down. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. They'll snap it from the 25 here on 2nd and long. He's looking to throw. Makes the grab. It's Gordon. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. The Wildcats have this offense rolling. They'll throw it on first down. Working the middle, it's complete. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. It's now 2nd down after the short completion. I know you want to prepare for every game the same way, but there's just something different about rivalry games, Jesse.
It's because, Reese, I think players are aware that games like this define your legacy as a player. Your record in rivalry games is something that people are going to talk about for years and years down the road. You have got to show up and play your best football in games like this.
And the Wildcats will snap it on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Fires to the right. And that pass intercepted. Going the other way, and he's got room. He's out of bounds, showing off the hands on the pick, and then the nifty moves on a terrific return.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision.
Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward.
Going for it all. And good coverage and better hands on that shot to the end zone. Still on the 35-yard line after that incompletion. Here comes 2nd and 10. Running back searching for a hole. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. Here comes 3rd and short from the 27. This defense trying to make him settle for a field goal. Trying to pick it up on the ground. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. This is well within field goal range, but the kicker will stay on the sideline, and the offense will try to convert on 4th down. He's got him, and they convert. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5. And the Wolverines will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. Scanning the field, it's Warren. He wants it all. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted.
Well, the defense doesn't offer.
Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, back up inside their 20. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. This offense has already converted once on 4th down. Can they do it again? Finds his man enough for the first. And that's where they'll mark him, but a very productive play, and they'll move the chains. They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on 1st down.
Oh, man, the quarterback almost just threw his 2nd interception on as many drives. He's trying to fit that football in there. It gets tipped up in the air.
Trying to get behind the defense. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to...
He holds it in, and nobody's close.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. 4th down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that...
Looking for the end zone. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. 2nd down coming. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Out of the backfield, he's open. Really good pickup on 2nd down there. Leaves him with 3rd and 2. Long drive continues as the offense keeps working the ball down the field. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. How aggressive will they get on 1st and 10? Looking to move it through the air. Going to try to pop one on the screen. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. Making great decisions. That's what all of the legendary Michigan quarterbacks have done. John Navarre, Elvis Gerbach, and the guy, can't remember, drafted in the 6th round by the Patriots. Oh, he needs to get rid of it. He needs to do something, and he will go down. What a terrible, terrible play and a big loss. Looking downfield, it's Warren. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. And we might as well state the obvious. 1st and 2nd down didn't work out. 3rd and very long. He's going to fire deep. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. This is not leather helmet era football. This is analytics. Around midfield, 4 down, looking deep. And the incomplete pass, they roll. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Using his legs, it's Edwards. Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. Getting some heat. Had to throw it before he wanted. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of...
A shot for the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown, Wolverine!
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Wildcats have it back. The Northwestern offense headed out. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like, this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the first half.
If I'm playing quarterback, I'm locating my go-to guy at receiver. Who can I count on one-on-one to go and make me a play? Maybe even one-on-two. Who can go up, catch the ball, get us some yards, and get us some points.
Here's the handoff. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and this has been tough sledding. All right, this offense has really struggled to move the football, and this game's all but over. But here's the thing, man. Thank God you don't play this defense every week. And let's continue to work here and find something we do good and build maybe a little bit of momentum so next week we play a little bit better football.
He only needs a sliver of daylight. Just a wall of defenders everywhere he looks, and he's guided out of bounds after a short return. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Pressure coming. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Second down after that incompletion. To the air, it's Warren. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. On fourth down, trying to find his man. Hit as he throws. And that one... Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Wants to throw on first down. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks so much, guys. And I need not tell you, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotion. And no surprise, we saw just that in the first half today.
The Wolverines will kick it away to crank up the second half. From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They start this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. Just you can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you keep hitting the...
Going downfield for the big play. He's got it inside the 25. He flips his field in an instant, and he's got him set up at the 20. After that huge play, let's see if they can punctuate it. It's 1st and 10 from the 20. Pass on the way. It's picked off. Trying to take it back. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. Looking for a productive play on first down. Reads it, fires complete. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. From the gun, running back gets to give. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. The Wildcats will hustle to the line. Muscling ahead on 3rd and short. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. They bring the punter onto the field now. He's getting plenty of work. Fourth time we've seen this guy punt it today. A high kick trying to pin them deep. And they'll blow it dead just about the 45-yard line. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. And boy, they missed an opportunity last time throwing that pick in the red zone, David.
Yeah, and you got to put that frustration behind you. You can't turn it over. That's a cardinal sin. You know better than that, Jesse. You can't take points off the board, but you got to move on.
You do. I think he just got way too overeager down in the red zone that last drive. So just come out here, trust your reads, trust what your coaches have told you to do, and just go out and execute it.
They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. And the Wolverines getting set on 1st and 10. He'll take a shot. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds, and it just...
Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan. And the punishment has been extended. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can...
The kicker is
extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
No chance to return that one. A booming kickoff out of the back of the end zone. It's a touchback. The Northwestern offense returns to the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
On the ground, it's Porter.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn. And they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
Pocket starts to collapse. And it's incomplete. It was wild, high and wide on that one. 4 punts already, and they've got to convert here to avoid a 5th. Wide out in motion. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. Northwestern will send out the punt team. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
Offensively, you're going to take 4 to 6 every play? Yes, please. Sign me up for that. I'm going to take that every single time. Great job by the offense. Staying patient, staying true to who they are. You want to run.
Going for the big play. And the DB forcing the incomplete pass with the deflection.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass. Locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, pass incomplete.
And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. Now facing a 3rd and long. Unleashes one deep. Touchdown Wolverines! And the route is on.
I'm going to spread you side. All my speed, make you cover the whole field. Nice job by the offense, going with a little spread look, taking advantage of the speed they had on the field, and getting the big touchdown.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. The Wildcats have it back. The Northwestern offense headed out. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Found a little space, and he's got 4 to the 35.
I think you run that play on 2nd down knowing it's going to make 3rd down easy. You're not trying to hit a home run. You don't need the big play right now. Now you know 3rd down, everything's on the table.
He's loose down the middle. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Northwestern. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
And unbelievable timing with the quarterback and wide receiver. Get it to him in his hands, right on his frame where he can run after the catch and do some serious damage.
And that's why he's so dangerous, because of that ability after the catch. For these DBs in this game, you've got to tackle the reception, because if you don't get him down, he's taking it to the house.
Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller has done.
He's looking deep. Catch inside the 30 and still running. He is feeling it. A huge play. Almost took it to the house, but they got him at the 24. To the air. It's Orji. Lets it fly deep downfield. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. 2nd down coming up. They'll run play action. The short hands, it's Edwards. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down. The Wolverines are threatening in the red zone. Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan! Down has ensued.
The great thing about spreading a defense out, I can see where the blitz is coming from. I can see where they're weak. I can see my matchups. Nice job by the offense, spreading them out, taking advantage of their matchup, and getting in for the score.
That makes the score Michigan 42, Northwestern.
The Northwestern offense returns to the field. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what...
See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Fires deep toward the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines! And the pummeling has started. That's what finishing the deal. Oh, now the kicker's going to throw it. He makes the catch in the end zone, and that trick. There's a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.
Really impressed by the poise by the winning team as well here. They weren't overhyped in this game. They came out, they looked prepared, they were calm, definitely confident. David, they were able to go out and execute well enough to get this win.
And it's hard in these rivalry games with all the emotions running so deep. Like, you sometimes get overzealous. Sometimes you get too many penalties. It's hard to rein in your emotions, but they did. They kept it in check, and now bragging rights for a whole year.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.